Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo
Om Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam.
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam.
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam.
Tato Jayamudiraye
Tato Jayamudiraye.
Nashtaprayeshva Bhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu Avadreshu.
Nityam Bhagavata Sevayam
Nityam Bhagavate Sevaya.
Bhagavate Uttamaśloke
Bhagavate Uttamasloke.
Bhaktin Bhavatir Naistiki
Bhaktim Bhavati Naistiki.
Krishnaya Vasudevaya
Krishnaya Vasudevaya.
Devaki Nandanaya Cha
Devaki Nandanaya Cha.
Nandagopa Kumaraya
Nandagopa Kumaraya.
Govindaya Namo Namaha.
Govindaya Namo.
Hare Krishna. Welcome all the devotees for the Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. Today we are going to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 8, text number 18, 2-8-18. The canto name is The Cosmic Manifestation and the chapter name is Questions by King Parikshit. Please repeat the sloka behind me. nṛṇāṁ sādhāraṇo dharmaḥ
nṛṇāṁ sādhāraṇo dharmaḥ
sa-viśeṣaś yādṛśaḥ
sa-viśeṣaś yādṛśaḥ
śreṇīnāṁ rājarṣīṇāṁ
śreṇīnāṁ rājarṣīṇāṁ
dharmaḥ kṛcchreṣu jīvatām.
dharmaḥ kṛcchreṣu jīvatām.
Word by word meaning. Please repeat behind me. nṛṇāṁ
nṛṇāṁ
of human society.
of human society.
sādhāraṇaḥ
sādhāraṇaḥ
general.
general.
dharmaḥ
dharmaḥ
religious affiliation.
religious affiliation.
sa-viśeṣaḥ
sa-viśeṣaḥ
specific.
specific.
cha
Cha
also.
also.
yādṛśaḥ
yādṛśaḥ
as they are.
as they are.
śreṇīnāṁ
śreṇīnāṁ
of the particular three classes.
of the particular three classes.
rājarṣīṇāṁ
rājarṣīṇāṁ
of the saintly royal order.
of the saintly royal order.
cha
Cha
also.
also.
dharmaḥ
dharmaḥ
occupational duty.
occupational duty.
kṛcchreṣu
kṛcchreṣu
in the matter of distressed conditions.
in the matter of distressed conditions.
jīvatām
jīvatām
of the living beings.
of the living beings.
Translation and purport by Zivingri Savai Charnavanda E.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Translation, please repeat behind me. Please also explain
Please also explain
what may
what may
generally be the
generally be the
common religious affiliation
common religious affiliations
of human society,
of human society,
as well as
their
their specific occupational duties
specific occupational duties
in religion.
in religion.
The classification of the
classification of the
social orders,
social orders,
as well as the administrative royal orders,
as well as the administrative royal orders,
and the religious principles
and the religious principles
for one
for one
who may be in distress.
who may be in distress.
Purport. The common religion of all classes of human beings, regardless of whosoever and whatsoever one may be, is devotional service. Even the animals may be included in devotional service to the Lord. And the best example is set by Sri Vajrangi or Hanuman, the great devotee of Lord Sri Rama. As we have already discussed, even the aborigines and cannibals can also be engaged in the devotional service of the Lord if they happen to be under the guidance of a genuine devotee of the Lord. In the Skanda Purana, there is a narration that a hunter in the jungle became the most enlightened devotee of the Lord by the guidance of Sri Narada Muni. Therefore, devotional service to the Lord can be equally shared by every living being. Religious affiliation is in terms of different countries and cultures. Circumstances is obviously not the common religion of the human being. Rather, the basic principle is devotional service. Even if a particular type of religious principle does not recognize the supremacy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the followers still have to obey the disciplinary principles laid down by a particular leader. Such a leader of a religious sector is never the supreme leader because such a circumstantial leader comes to the position of leadership after undergoing some penance. The Supreme Personality of Godhead does not, however, require to be under disciplinary action to become leader, as we see in the activities of Lord Krishna. The occupational duties of the caste and the order of society, following the principles of livelihood, also depend on the principle of devotional service. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is stated that a person can achieve the highest perfection of life simply by awarding the results of his occupational duty unto the devotional service of the Lord. People following the principles of devotional service to the Lord can never be put into difficulty. And thus, there cannot be a question of apath dharma or religion in distress. As will be explained in this book, by the greatest authority, Srila Sukadeva Goswami, there is no religion except the devotional service of the Lord, though this may be presented in different forms. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilidam Yana Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Putre Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami iti namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavada Pashasha Deshatarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna. So this chapter, entire chapter, all are questioned by Parikshit Maharaj. He is asking various questions to Sukadeva Goswami. So in this today's sloka, he is asking about what is the common religious affiliation for the human society, and he is asking about the other duties of the royal order. That's why he is mentioned as Rājarṣīṇāṁ. Rājarṣīṇāṁ means who is, even though they are the kings, they are saintly kings. They are the kings, but they are not attracted by the material appearances, and they always dedicated their lives for the service of the Lord. Even though they are kings, the leading the country, they are taking as a service to the Lord. So that is the reason those devotees are called, those kings were called Rajarishis. So here Parikshit Maharaj, he is asking the classification of the social orders as well as the administrative royal orders and the religious principle for one who may be in distress. So he is asking, what is the religious principle for the person who may be in the distress, and for the other three classes. Other three classes in Brahmana, Kshatriya, and Vaishya. So these three classes are they can practice the religious devotional service, and the Kshatriya, and the last class, Shudra class, it is depend upon their intelligence. If they are taking the intelligence, they can also, everybody can practice, but they are basically they are more attractive to the material world. That's the reason Shudras are not included in this sloka. He's asking about the three social orders. And the question is, what is for the other three orders, the religious principle, and specifically anything is there for anybody who is there in the distress. So Prabhupada is in the Pariyas Purport, he was explaining that for all the living entities, devotional service is the common. It's a common, regardless of whether whatsoever, whosoever, regardless of everything, the common religion is common thing, even though the common thing is doing the devotional service. In various countries, time, place, and circumstances, they may be follow the different rules and regulations, but still it will everything come under the devotional service. They may not understand, they may not follow the Supreme Personality of Godhead, their instructions in Bhagavad Gita, but they may have their own leaders, and the leader, how they become, the person become a leader, because the person, he did a tapasya and he did some penance and he did some meditation, he is having some qualities higher than the other common people. So that is the reason that person became a leader, and whatever the instructions he is provided, that other people are following that leader's instructions. But here Prabhupada is explaining that for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there is no rules and regulation. There is no penance is required to, no austerities are required. And that's why he's talking about the example about Krishna's pastimes. There are many pastimes. It may be, for us, it may be, oh, he is not following the rules and regulations of the common person. There is many times you will think that. But we have to have the firm faith on the Supreme Lord, and dharmam to actually dharma. What is dharma? Lord himself is dharma. Whatever he is laying down, that is dharma. So that we have to follow the Lord, what Lord says. That is dharma. Because Lord himself is dharma. Dharmams to sakshat Bhagavan Swayam. So the Bhagavan Swayam Bhagavan, the Bhagavan himself is dharma. That is the religious principle. So we don't want to differentiate. Dharma is different. What Krishna followed is different. Because Krishna himself is dharma. So whatever he is following, that is dharma. Whatever he followed is dharma. So many places people may contradict. People may think that, oh, he made so many tricks in Mahabharata and killed the opposite party, the Kauravas party. But that, no, he never crossed the rule also. But for outwardly, because we don't know the complete set of rules and regulations, but for that because of that we are saying that he crossed the rules and regulations, but he never crossed, Krishna, he never crossed rules and regulation. Even he married 16,108 wives. There also he followed the dharma. Everywhere he followed in the 16,108 house, everywhere there is a Agnihotra Homa will be there every day morning. And in the, what is meant by Agnihotra? The Agnihotra, the Brahmana, they used to do in their house, the Agni, which they are during the marriage time, we do the yajna, right? The yajna, the Agni, they start the Agni. So that Agni needs to be continue. They should not blow out the Agni. That Agni, they will keep they preserve the Agni, that fire. They'll keep the fire for the entire life. The entire life they keep the fire, and the person, the head of the family, from his marriage onwards, he need to do the Agnihotra. Daily they will do the Agnihotra with the same fire. He won't change he won't lit the fire every day. Same fire 24/7, the fire will be there at home, the Agnihotra Homa. The fire will be there continuously 365 days till the person die. That using that fire only, the person will be burned, and the last rite will be done through that fire only. So that is the way the religious principles are followed in our country, and Krishna followed that. He used to do the Agnihotra Homa even after his marriage. Even after marrying 16,108 wives, he used to do the Agnihotra Homa each and every houses, and he never crossed any religious principle. People will say that he tricked and he killed Karna, Duryodhana, and Dronacharya, Bhishma. Based on his trick, he made a trick and he killed. But there is another principle or religious principle also there. If opposite person is aggressor, if he is going against dharma, that person can be killed. If he is aggressor, there are 6 varieties of things are there. One who feed poison to others and trying to kill others through fire, and occupied their others' land, such things are there, 6 things are there. In 6 things, if person is doing, that person is called aggressor. So in the Shastras, it is said that the aggressor can be killed in any way. Means without, we don't need to follow the rules and regulations. We don't need to follow the dharma to kill that such aggressors. So whoever killed in the Pandavas who killed the opposite party, all of them are aggressors. Even Bhishma, he actually sarvadharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vraja agamtam tarva papepyo mokshashyami ma suchaga. So Krishna is saying that in Bhagavad Gita said the Saranagati sloka, come and surrender unto me, my lotus feet, and close all the religious principles. The first people, unfortunately, they will catch hold of small religious principles. That is the reason. And Bhishma also catch hold of the small religious principle, which is that, okay, I am the, whatever I promised, I never change. So that is the small religious principle compared to the Lord, surrender to the Lord. So, but Bhishma, he got hold of that thing. Because of that, he was supposed to die. He died because of that only. He is supposed to be the good company, but he joined, because of his promise, he joined the enemy party and he died in the war. And Dronacharya also, because he is a Brahmana and he is a teacher of both Kauravas and Pandavas. But since Kauravas giving the shelter, that is dharma. Okay, they are giving my money, so he followed that dharma, and he was fighted for Kauravas. That is the reason he also got destroyed. So that Krishna never crossed any religious principle in his any of the act. So if you are outwardly, people will say that Krishna did this mischief, that mischief. But if you closely read Mahabharata, if you closely read the pastimes of Krishna, he always followed the religious principle. He never crossed anything, any line. And here, Prabhupada is explaining, even the cannibals who is eating the flesh of the human being, that persons are called cannibals. And the persons who are there in the jungle, so Adivasis, even they can also follow the religious principle if they got the proper leader. And if you see the South Africa, our ISKCON devotees, there is a group of Adivasis. They don't know any other languages. They have their own language. For that language, there is no literal form. There is no letters for that. Only they will speak. For those people, one of the senior devotee, he was teaching Bhagavad Gita in their own language. There is no literal, there is no letters, only orally. So the Bhagavad Gita is taught to them also. Even the people are Adivasis, they are living in jungle, but Bhagavad Gita taught to them also. So Bhagavad Gita can be, and this knowledge, the religious principle and the devotional service can be given to any people. That's what Prabhupada is mentioning here. The Hanuman, who is the category of Vanara. That means it's a category of monkey, not exactly a monkey. Vanara means is a Nara plus Va. It's a kind of a monkey plus human combination. Vanara. So he also followed he became a devotee, great devotee of the Lord, Supreme Lord. He is Rama. So that is the reason there is no category. Okay, only this category of people only need to follow the devotional service. No, anybody can, who is ready to surrender to the Supreme Lord, they can take up the devotional service. So devotional service is common for everyone. But there may be, we can see that, but different places, different circumstances, based on their intelligence and how much ever they can follow the austerities, the religious principle they are following. So we cannot say that only Sanatana Dharma people are there and other part of the world people are not there. But the other part of the world also, there are other religions also there, but their way, they may not be able to follow the time, place and circumstances and their way of life, their intelligence level. They cannot follow what Sanatana Dharma says. So that is the reason, according to their climatic condition and the and the way of lifestyle, the culture, their religious principles are there. So that means devotional service is common for all of them, all of us. So if somebody asks, what is your goal of life? Somebody will say, the person who is in the college, they'll say that I need to get a good job. The person who is there in the good job, he'll say, I need to get the good wife. Once the person who got married, if you ask, then person will ask, what is your goal of life? They'll say, I need to get a child. So after getting the children, what they will say? I need to give the good education to my child. Then what is the next goal? I need to get them married. What is the next goal? I need to get a grandchildren. What is the next goal? They don't know what is their next goal. Till that time, they will die. So finally, there is no goal. People, they are thinking that this is the life, this is the way we have to live. This is our goal. But as per the scriptures, each and every living entity, all of us, there is only one goal, that is doing the devotional service unto the Supreme Personality, not the Spirit of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the only goal for all of us. The person who is perfectly following in this life is the intelligent person. Who is following this service to the Supreme Lord is the intelligent person. This is the intelligent category. And others, they may not directly serve the Supreme Lord. They may serve through others. So we can say that, yeah, I'm serving my Guru, or I'm serving here, or serving there. If everything, the final is connected to the Supreme Lord, that is considered as a devotional service. But if the people, for example, you are working for the corporate companies, they are getting the work from you, and they are using that money to exploiting the things, and in the name of scientific research, they are using the money. That means that is not a devotional service. So, but in order to purify that money, so because we are the devotees, we are following the religious principle, we want to do the devotional service. But since we are connected with the corporate world also, what we can do, whatever the money we are getting from as a salary remuneration, what we can do, we can utilize the part of the money for the service of the Supreme Lord. As per the Prabhupada and other acharyas, they used to say that 50% of your salary to be used for the service of the Supreme Lord. So, but in the current age, but I'm not very sure, even at least whatever we can do, at least 10%, 5%, we have to spend something every month. Once we get the salary, spend something for the devotional service. That means that way, the money, whatever we accumulated, it is purified. Even though it came from the corporate people, that money we can purify through use that some of the money for the devotional service. So this is the way we can plan our life. If you see the Christianity, they have strictly there 10% they have to give for the church for the devotional service. So whatever the money we are giving to the temple or the centers, this is for the religious purpose. What they are doing, they will use it for the money for serving the prasadam to the devotees, and get the books, and give the place rent, and get the garlands. This everything, whatever they are activities we are doing with the money, it is the service to the Lord. So that means that our money is purified, or getting whatever the money we are accumulating, that is that our, not only that money, whatever we gave, whatever we accumulated, whatever we spend for our family purpose, that will also get purified. This is the perfect way of living in the Kali Yuga, in the present age. It is not necessary to leave everything and go to the Himalaya, or go to the temple and become a full-time devotee of the Lord. Because that is not possible, since we are the family, and to take care of this family members, since we are getting into the family life. So better what we can do, whatever, that is the beauty of our acharyas. They are saying that they demonstrated that. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Srila Prabhupada, they are all the family men. They were family men. They had children. They had family. They lived a life. Along with the life, they practiced devotional service, and they were able to spread this awareness of the devotional service to all over the world. They are empowered devotees. How they were able to do? Because they understood that devotional service is the only thing we have to do. That is the common religion for all of us. That is the only goal of our life. They made that as a goal of life, like this religious devotional service. So if a person like us, if you take that sankalpa that devotional service is my primary goal of life in this very particular life. I'm going to take up the devotional service as primary, and whatever my occupation, it be the secondary activities. So morning, I will spend my early morning hours, I will spend for devotional activities like chanting the holy name of the Lord and reading the scriptures and hearing the scriptures. That is, and do the Archa Vigraha worship at home. That is the morning service. If you do this, that is a primary, because we are giving the prime time for the devotional service. And then we will take care of our family and go to the office, this and that. That is the secondary activity. If you are making this, our mind understanding like this, this is my prime duty, devotional service is my prime duty, and going to the office, my secondary duty to earn some money for the my livelihood. So if you are understanding in that way, if you molded our life in that way, then it is easily achievable. The devotional activities, at the end of the devotional activities, what is devotional service? What is the achievement that we are going to achieve? We are going to go back to Godhead, go back to home, back to Godhead. We are going to our original home. We are not going to take any repeated birth in this material world. It will avoid the repeated birth in this material world. So that should be our aim. And also, if you are, because devotee, no need to, because we are all followers of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was what he is saying in Shishtastakam. Mama Janmane Janmane Avada Bhavadat Bhakti Rahai Tukiya. He is saying that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what he is saying. So even you are giving me birth after birth, I wanted to be your devotee. I want to do this devotional service. So that should be our desire. So we should be desire to serve the Lord any place, any circumstances. Even if we are going to Naraka, there also we have to spread the holy name of the Lord. So that should be our determination. In that way, if you work, definitely Lord will happy about our determination, and he will give the intelligence by which we can go and reach him. So this is the today's sloka. So in this Prabhupada is explaining, in Bhagavad Gita, it is stated that a person can achieve the highest perfection of life simply by avoiding the results of occupational duty under the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is the important statement, because whatever our occupational duty we are doing, in that the result of that, if you are surrendering to the Supreme Lord, and then what will happen? Our life will be, in this life itself, we can make our life perfection. What is the perfection? Not taking birth again in this material world. That is the perfection. In this very life, it is possible just following the religious principles and doing the devotional service, and consider our occupational duty is a part of our devotional service. Give the result of the occupational duty the devotional service, then automatically we are aligned with the religious principle. Hare Krishna. Nṛṇāṁ Śrīmad Bhagavatam ki
Jai.